in court dates, even when we have a large influx of people in court. The front office is staffed by court personnel to handle that. So I just don't think it's justified. I don't think it's fair to the citizens to ask them to add another position to do basically the duties that 2.5 have been doing since at least January of 2018. And nobody else got anything? Mark King, you don't have anything?
Not at this time.
Okay, nobody else. All right, all in favor of the motion signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
All right, we have 2 in favor, 1 against. So, motion carried. All right, next item, discussion decision on fee schedule for sale of burial plots.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. This is a discussion decision on the fee schedule for sale of burial plots in Annex A of the Grantville Cemetery. As some of you may have noticed, we have platted out a new section of the Grantville Cemetery because the rest of the Grantville Cemetery is full. We call it Annex A. And we are recommending that a city resident pay $500 per 5-foot by 11-foot plot with proof of residency. A Coweta County resident pay $750 per a 5-foot by 11-foot plot. And outside Coweta County, they pay $1,000 per 5 by 11-foot plot. And plots will be sold in increments of 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 in sections H through R. Section G plots will be sold singularly. Normally, a person who wishes to be buried in the cemetery buys 2 plots because of the 10-foot width by 11-foot length. So that would mean a city resident to be buried in sections H through R would pay $1,000. If the singular plots that are available in section G are sold out, we would designate another section for plots to be sold singularly. This fee schedule is in line with other jurisdictions, and we recommend approval.
Do I have a motion to approve the new lot fees?
Yes, I'll make a motion that we approve the lot.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a motion and a second. Do we have any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so ordered. All right, plots, let's see, next discussion decision of speed limits, streets and subdivisions.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember King brought this up, and we put it on the agenda, and we mentioned that speed limits in streets and subdivisions appears to be somewhat inconsequential in that a speed limit on a street would be 25 miles per hour and a subdivision is posted at 30 miles per hour. With our police chief back in Battery, we may refer this to the police committee to look at this and get a comprehensive handle on speed limits in streets and subdivisions and see what, if any, recommendation our police department might have.
Wasn't there some legal issues about that we asked Mark to,
Yes,
look into?
I thought, well, yeah, I asked him, could he look into it
Yeah.
and see what there are some loopholes in the law that we ought to be able to label, our own speed limits in our own streets if we choose to.
Mark, do you care to
Yes,
comment?
yes, sir. I was asked to look at this issue regarding the setting of speed limits. I did go back and review state law on it. Unfortunately, it is pretty clear that the only authority that the city has in setting speed limits is that you can decrease them below the state set minimum of 30 miles an hour. You can decrease them to 25 miles an hour, but if you are going to go below 30 miles an hour, it has to be based on an engineering and traffic investigation establishing that there are certain circumstances that warrant the lower speed limit. State law does allow decreasing the limits at intersections to below even 25 miles an hour, but otherwise in stretches of streets, the lowest that state law allows you to set the speed limits is at 25 miles an hour.
So with that said, the city manager made a suggestion, a recommendation, whatever, to go before the police committee. Do I have a motion to do anything one way or the other?
I'll make a motion that I would sure like to get Steve involved in this, and I'll make a motion that we take it to the police committee.
All right, I have a motion to refer this to the police committee. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it, so ordered. Next order of business, section reading of ordinance 2020-07, retention schedules for local government records. You got anything on it, Mr. Brucho?
No, sir. We recommend approval.
Have a motion to adopt the ordinance 2020-07.
I'll make a motion that we approve it.
Have a motion, do I have a second? Have a motion second, do we have any questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it. So ordered. Next order of business, citizens' comments. You have any more over there, Robert? Mr. Rodney Mauer.
Rodney Maury, 82 Great Smith Street, Greenville. Last fall, next to the mill, in front of the mill, we had a water leak. And it was patched back, temporary, and it looks like it didn't rain. It needs to be, the temporary asphalt needs to be dug up and repaved, and the curb needs to be put back. And there's dirt down against the mill, it needs to be, after the curb is poured, it needs to be raised back up. And also, in front of 70 Grady Smith Street, there's another patch, and 100 Grady Smith is another patch. They need to be repaved.
They've been reported before, but I don't know why they haven't been fixed, but other than, one thing may be that we try to get enough to call somebody in to do them, I don't know.
Would you give me those addresses again?
I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
The addresses where you say the asphalt needs to be,
One is right there in front of the mill, before the curve. And the other one is in front of 70, and there's another one up there in front of 100.
70 and 100.
Yes.
Okay, let's take a look at them.
70, 100, they have gravel in them and no asphalt. And the one in front of those is temporary asphalt, and it's rough.
I know they use coal patch on it.
It's coal patch, yeah.
And that darn coal patch,
It's
it's not worth a hoot,
it's all wavy.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
But now they did put them doors up there on that building, I hope you noticed that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Well, how,
Yeah.
did they ever get rid of the mud over there, down in that area where you were?
No, that's what I'm talking about, it's down up against the mill, and I mow the grass on that slope and the curb, and I can't mow it until it's fixed back. And also there's mud, or gravel that was washed out from the street, or from the leak, and it's down there on that mill driveway to the ramps, that needs to be cleaned up, that's part of the city's.
Well, I did ask, I didn't ignore you.
Yeah. That's my comment, thank you.
No, thank you. Get no more comments? All right, city council comments. Mr. Wakeman.
I don't have any, thank you.
Mr. King, you got any comments?
My only comment is I hope everyone stays healthy. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Ms. Hines?
I just thank everyone for coming and get ready to enjoy the rain. It's coming. Glenn Burns says it is. That's all I have.
Mr. Sales is not here tonight, and, let's see, I did have a couple comments. One comment is, Mr. Maury, I am so glad to see you back with us.
Hi, this is Cedric. Calling regarding the reservation.
And Ms. Hines has been filling in with the invocation, and she's done a capable job, but it's good to have you back.
Good to be back, thank you.
Okay. I did have something. I don't know whether any of the city council members or even the citizens for that matter, but, this city just recently paid close to or maybe in excess of $100,000 to get the trees trimmed off our utility lines. And as y'all ride through the city, I wish you'd look at them. Now, the standard, as I understand it, for trimming those lines is 15 foot top, bottom, and each side. And some of them I see, the tree is already, it just never has been cut off the line or it's grown back already, so, I don't think the citizens got their money's worth on that. I wish whoever looks up could see for themselves rather than take my word. So anyway, the other thing, is the city manager's evaluation. By contract, this city is required to do an annual evaluation on the city manager. I have been trying to get this done for about 3 months. I received evaluations. I asked that they be completed by each council member and turned in to me. I received one from Mr. King, Mr. Sells, Ms. Hines. I never received one from Mr. Waycaser. And on December the 22nd, I sent him an email advising him that,
Mr. Mayor, just to stop you, I turned my evaluation in to the city clerk. So,
well, I never received it, and I didn't ask him to turn it in to the city clerk. But at any rate, Mr. Grisha, at this point, the only thing I can do is give you the 4 that I have. You can do whatever.
Yes, sir, thank you.
With that being said, you giving him the 4, what does that mean?
I wanted to comply with the written contract that we have, but I couldn't do it.
The last time that was mentioned in a meeting, I turned mine in to the city clerk. Maybe I should have given it to you. But, I remember filling it out and I remember returning it.
But the policy has been, the last 6 years and beyond, that it turned into the mayor, and that was my request, not to the city clerk, to the mayor. For whatever reason, that wasn't done. So, at any rate, Mr. Grishaber, you got anything?
No, sir, thank you.
Mr. Mitchell, you got anything?
No, sir.
Okay, nothing come before the council, adjournment's in order.
Motion to adjourn.
Have a motion, do I have a second? Second. I have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned, thank you.
All right, bud. Take care.